The deadly highways cause a lot of deaths. Some of the world's most dangerous roads are on this list. Each road has a risk, many of which depict travel through some of the world's most difficult terrain. So if you don't get scared easily, buckle up and go on a virtual ride. Additionally, if you've actually taken one of these fantastic routes, kindly let us know in the comment section below. Welcome back to our channel, everyone. We'll show you the 10 deadliest highways in the world in this video. Let's now start the countdown. Number 10, Ring Road, Kabul to Kandahar. The Ring Road, which runs 1,400 miles across the interior of Afghanistan, connects Kabul to Kandahar and is arguably the most navigable portion of the system. Although this part of the Ring Road is usable, it has numerous deep potholes from improvised explosive devices and drone attacks during the 20 years that the US military ruled the nation. On this section of the Ring Road, there's also a lot of traffic. 18-wheelers, buses, and cars frequently cross the road, harming it. Unfortunately, road construction crews can only operate there if there is money available for repairs, which can be challenging in a developing nation, and only if they are accompanied by heavily armed guards. It isn't known how secure this road is, given that the US military withdrew from Afghanistan in August 2021. In any case, it should only be used during the day and when the weather is good. It would also be a good idea to keep a few firearms with you in your car for protection. Good fortune. Number 9. Cotahuasi Canyon Road. Near the city of Arequipa, the Pan-American Highway is where the Cotahuasi Canyon Road begins. A bus ride takes 10 to 12 hours on the highway. Only four-wheel drive vehicles should be used in this bumpy and treacherous section of road because it is unpaved and highly dangerous beyond Chuquibamba. There's still not too many people using the road right now, and camping spots are easy to come across along this dangerous highway. For comparison, Cotahuasi Canyon is more than twice as deep as America's Grand Canyon and the third deepest canyon in the entire globe. The Yarlung Tsangpo Grand Canyon in Tibet has a depth of 6,009 meters, making it the deepest canyon in the world, above sea level, remember. Number 8, Taroko Gorge Road, Taiwan. Taroko Gorge Road is carved out of and through the mountains, much like the Goliang Tunnel Road. Despite its scary reputation, the route receives a lot of traffic because of the breathtaking beauty of its surroundings. As a result, there will be a plethora of tour buses, vehicles, scooters, cyclists, and pedestrians competing for space on the same congested route, which is a terrifying thought given the abundance of blind corners and incredibly tight bends. The road is also particularly difficult to maintain because frequent downpours and typhoons frequently result in landslides and rock slides that make parts of the road unusable. This is not a road for the faint of heart, despite the fact that many who have been there claim it's worth the risk. Number 7, Karakoram Highway, Pakistan to China. The Karakoram Highway, which was constructed up to 15,000 feet above sea level under very difficult circumstances, is occasionally referred to as the 8th wonder of the world. Although the road's construction was finished in 1979, it wasn't made accessible to the general public until 1986. More than 1,300 kilometers of this perilous road, at least in some parts, parallel to the ancient Silk Road. The Karakoram Highway, which runs through the world's most mountainous terrain, is fraught with dangers like rockfalls, landslides, avalanches, flooding, snowdrifts, reckless driving, herds of animals, sheer cliffs, and dreadful storms. The route interestingly winds through the Hunza Valley, which served as a setting of James Hilton's Lost Horizon, a book about the fabled Shangri-La, a peaceful location where people can dwell for decades. Number 6, James Dalton Highway, Alaska. The James Dalton Highway, also known as the North Slope Haul Road, is a route taken by trucks, particularly those going to and from the Prudhoe Bay oil fields on Alaska's North Slope. In actuality, the Trans-Alaska Pipeline System is supported by the road. The 414-mile highway has some paved sections, but around 3/4 of it isn't paved. There are just 3 towns along the route, and there are no medical facilities. Anyone can travel by car is recommended to pack a lot of supplies in a survival kit. It's interesting that a lot of episodes of the reality TV series Ice Road Truckers dramatize the difficulties of traveling on this dangerous unpaved road. Number 5, Kolyma Highway and Lena Highway, the Road of Bones. Siberia is usually difficult to cross. The Siberian route from Magadan to Never, known as the Road of Bones, meanders through one of the world's coldest locations. It is made up of the R504 Kolyma Highway and the A360 Lena Highway, 2 roadways that share the same risks, though the R504 is better maintained. The Lena River Ice Road, which is exactly what it sounds like, a road over the river that's open each year from December through April when the ice is frozen enough to drive on, or so one hopes connects the roads, is exactly what it sounds like. Sadly, many people perish every year as a result of their cars slipping through the ice. Winter is the best season for road travel because the frozen ground and water make for relatively smoother mobility, though you still have heavy snow, ice, and extremely low visibility to contend with. However, the road turns into gigantic mud in July and August when it tends to rain a lot, causing miles-long traffic bottlenecks. This muddy monster can only be handled by the most hardy 4x4 cars. To make matters worse, people have been known to rob one another during these traffic jams because they become so bored. Number 4. Guoliang Tunnel Road, China. 13 of those villages decided to construct a 0.8-mile tunnel through the solid rock of a vertical cliff after the Chinese government concluded it wasn't worthwhile to go to the difficulty and expense of building a road that would be used by only 300 locals. The peasants who lived in the Taihang Mountains in the Henan region used explosives to blow their way through the precarious cliff. Some of the villagers died in accidents because they lacked experience building roads. The tunnel is only just wide enough for 2 cars at 12 feet long and 15 feet high. The road was completed in 5 years and made accessible to traffic in 1977. Beware, when it rains, this route becomes particularly risky. It's interesting to note that this region of China has at least 2 more cliff tunnel roadways. Number 3. Zoji La Pass, India. Any route that passes across the world's tallest mountain range is likely to be at least somewhat hazardous to traverse. Given that it's a dirt road without guardrails or traffic signs and where landslides are a constant issue, the Zoji Pass most definitely qualifies in this aspect. Additionally, the road's maximum elevation is almost 11,000 feet as it zigzags between jagged peaks. Zoji Pass, which connects Srinagar and Leh in Indian Kashmir's western Himalayan mountain range, is typically closed during the winter when 50-foot snowdrifts make it impossible. Thankfully, Zoji Pass is just approximately 9 kilometers long, which is good news for motorists. By the way, it was initially constructed in 1947 and was initially used for military functions. Number 2. North Yungas Road, the Road of Death. Avoid this road if you don't want to travel on one called the Road of Death. The Road of Death, a nearly 50-mile stretch of one-lane road with sheer drops of as much as 3,000 feet into the Amazon rainforest below, runs from the La Paz to Coroico. Surprisingly, there are almost 200 hairpin curves on the road. Until 1994, nearly 300 travelers died on the road each year. Many impromptu memorials can be seen in locations where unfortunate people have fallen over cliffs and into the jungle ravines below. Fortunately, a 2-lane paved road has been built around the worst stretch of the route, which has reduced vehicle traffic. But bikers continue to attempt the Road of Death, often losing their lives in the process. In addition, the South Yungas Road to Cochabamba is regarded as being almost as dangerous. Number 1. Killer to Panga Road via Kishtwar, India. Only those who have steely nerves and a love of driving in the highlands should attempt this nerve-wracking road. This rough, gravelly route, which is only open in the summer, is around 70 miles long. It is particularly dangerous in the 6-mile section where rocky overhangs seem ripe for the taking. The road was constructed by the local villagers hundreds of years ago, and over the years it has not been restored. This dirt and gravel road, which is just wide enough for 1 jeep at a time, is terrifyingly unstable in certain parts. A driver's one mistake may send a car careening 2,000 feet off a precipice. It is difficult to see videos of people driving over this road since it's so terrifying. Make sure this is your final task if it's on your bucket list. Uncertain of your willingness? What do you think about these potentially dangerous roads and highways? Comment below using the box provided. To ensure you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, ring the bell and join our channel. We'll see you in the next video.